diving into a game full of time traveling, starting off as a blood-sucking demon, then changing into a fiery monster with the flame spirits coming from the ground, ending with a cold front of chaos bolts and dots. I chose the Warlock. Now let me take off my gamer glasses so that I can give this proper review for the masses. Last Epoch. I am over 100 hours into this game, and I think it's time for me to give my full undisclosed review of the game. There is a lot of pros more than they are cons. We can just start out with the cons because it's not that many cons. The things I do not like about this game is, okay, you see this mouse here. It gets lost when I'm playing the game. When there's a lot of packs and a lot of area effects, it gets lost. And I just think that they could do something to make it stand out more, make it bigger, something like that. And that's like one of the biggest cons. And then also the fact that leveling is very unproportionate. It takes forever to level. I beat the game or beat the main campaign at about 15-16 hours, and I was level 60. And I have over 100 hours now, and I'm only level 93. The leveling felt good at the beginning. It was actually pretty like real fast, and then it around like 80 to like 87, 88. I feel like it was still pretty good. It wasn't that long. It still took some time, but then it just took way too much time. I think the max level is 100, and from 1 to 60 only takes 16 hours, and from 60 to 93 has taken over 80 hours. I feel like that's a bad design. And yeah, if they just cut the leveling in half, I feel like the game will be pretty well. But especially the hardcore players will only be able to get to the end game and be able to fight the main boss. But it's definitely worth its money. Like I said, over 100 hours. I played another character. I played Rogue too, just to see how it's like to go through the game for a second time. I got it to level 59, 60. I beat the main campaign mostly. I didn't really like Rogue. It was pretty fast. Going through the campaign for the second time was way faster because you get other items. But yeah, so it's definitely, you could definitely get your money worth. $35 over 100 hours. I would say, like, I probably start getting a little tired of leveling around 60, 70. And yeah, I watched Yu Yu Hakusho through most of this. So yeah, the complexity of the game, out of a 10, I give it about a 7. It's not super complex. Like, it has very intricate things that you can do with it, but it's not to the point where you don't understand it. Crafting, even though I'm a fucking idiot, I understood crafting once I like looked up a couple of things and found out about it. But crafting is basically one of those things. And also what else? Oh, skills, which we can go, that's going to be pros. And that's the one that really took me over the moon, really, because skills made this game very enjoyable. Like I said, I started off as a blood-sucking warlock. Then I went into a main fire warlock, and then I went into a cold frost damage warlock. Skills are very well. I think this is the main selling point of the game. If you want to try a lot of different things, you can do that. Like I said, warlock is something I like the most, and I think I would play more warlocks, since you have, like I said, Alkulite, you get one class, then you have 3 subclasses for each class, and then in those each subclasses you can pick your skills and focus into 5 different skills, but really 4, because you're going to get one that is going to be your main ability. So I mean, but yeah, it's 4 different skills, and based off of your passive tree here, you can put points into it, and you can change the skill up, and then items drop which give you more skill passive notes, which is just insane. And then also you get your passive tree, which also changes how your abilities work. So the fact that I play warlock, I can play like 5, 6, 7 different types of warlocks, yeah, in that subclass. So Acolyte, going into warlock, I can play like 5 or 6 different ones. If you play lich, you can go into lich. You could play like 6 or 7 different liches with different main abilities. Same thing with like Necromancer. I don't think Necromancer has that much of a like variability because it's all minions, but you can just focus which minions you want to do it. But yeah, I went from like being no intellect with no mana to like spell shield to things like that. So I feel like that the main selling point is the skills for me and trying new builds. That's the most I had fun with, and I probably will do a little bit more of that. The bosses I didn't like them at first, and then they became more bosses inside the game once I got past the main campaign. Lagoon was like my favorite. Harbinger was all right. I will say that the only positives about the bosses is that you get like a shield, so you can't like just straight one tap a boss and get through its phases. So that's the one thing I will say that. But as far as like seeing the abilities on the ground, understanding what the bosses do and everything like that, I think they did a good job with it. But I also feel like that it's no variability inside the boss's phases and attacks. So once you learn it, it's basically like you won't fail it because it's like the same thing. And I believe that Path of Exile 2, even though you had different like attacks and different phases of the boss, they were more randomized, so it wasn't really like a formula to figure it out. So I will say that with the bosses though. So yeah, but for the most part, this game is good. It's good if you like to try a lot of different things. It's good if you like to fight bosses but not spend 1,000 hours trying to figure it out. It has a lot of quality of life, easy access things you can craft on the fly and everything like that. It really respects your time. I feel like a couple more updates, I think this game could be very, very good. Like I said, better bosses, fix losing the mouse, and fix leveling. If leveling, I mean, the main thing was leveling. If leveling didn't take so much fucking time, I think this game would be awesome. I wanted to fight the last boss, but I just couldn't bring myself to get there. And then, you know, at the end game, once you get to level 100, you already got to spend time trying to find gear and gear farming. So why not just get you to be able to level 100 faster, since I'm going to have to spam maps anyway. I will say I did like mapping. It's still addicting. I played my Warlock last night, and I still like to go and clear maps. It felt good. It's just the fact that I know it's taking me forever to level. So yeah, should you play Last Epoch? I believe you should play Last Epoch. I believe that you should play Last Epoch. It's a very good ARPG, comparable to Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2. I didn't play Diablo 4, but comparable to like Path of Exile 2 from what I've seen in the early access, I think as well. I just think better bosses, better mouse, better leveling, but you will definitely enjoy this game. Like I said, you'll get your best experience by just zooming through the campaign and trying different builds and just pushing corruption until you're bored of the build. Like I said, and getting legendaries will change your builds up and your gameplay up a lot. So yeah, I would give this review I give it about an 8. 8. Yeah, this game is about an 8. I did not think I was going to enjoy it this much, but yeah, should you play Last Epoch? I believe that you should play Last Epoch. You will not be disappointed.